What up? What up? What up? The homie Mr. BoA in the building, man. Representing like we always do. The homie SJ3 is in the building. What's good, homie? Salute. Good to see you up in the joint, man. First one on deck. That's what's up, homie. The amazing Choco Taco is in the building. What's good, brother? Salute, bro. Let's give the people a few minutes to slide up in the joint, man, so we can get physical. My city is in the building. What up, homie? So I was listening to this chick, China White is in the building, man. Let me throw her work tools right quick. I see you in the building, China White. Let's give the people a few minutes to slide up in the building, man. Give you a quick idea, man, of how this topic came to pass, man. A very interesting story, man. Hold up. Oh yeah. I basically, man, was in the building. And I was hearing some people talk, man, and they were talking about how the problems with the what they call the black community, what I call the non-existent black community, because there technically is no black community because there is no black family unit. Without the black family unit, there is no black community. A community is a coalition of family units whose sole goal is to build the environment to benefit all of its parts, all of its members. And since that is non existent in this particular society, we must no longer refer to ourselves as the black community because we don't have a community. We simply don't. If we did, we wouldn't, the situations we live in now wouldn't even be present. We wouldn't be dealing with any of the issues that we deal with right now. So, I don't know if y'all know anything about Shahrazad Ali, who is, she's a sister from, you know what I'm saying, back a few years ago, man, like many years ago, actually, man. You know, I mean, she had a book in I think it's late 80s, 89, 88, 89, somewhere around there called The Black Man's Guide to Understanding Black Women, to Understanding the Black Woman. And I'm going to be honest with you. It was major, man. She was all on the talk shows and everything, man. And what it was, she really, really went in. And, you know, I mean, like when I tell you there's a couple of women that I listen to on YouTube, man, she's one of them. Well, some of her content, you know, I haven't heard her make anything recently. Everything is just, recaps of what she had out when she had that book. And, you know, it is one of the few books that you'll ever read that calls black women into question about their participation in the demise of the black family unit. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not sitting here telling you that black women are to blame. I'm not going to tell you that. Any man who tells you that black women are to blame he is in no better shape than black women saying black men are to blame. There is enough blame to go around. And so the blame is 50-50. There is equal blame between black men and black women about our demise in this society and our inability to regrow any roots that we could plant ourselves firmly in any aspect of this society. We're not firmly planted in any aspect, in education, in business, in finance, in politics. We're not firmly planted anywhere in this society on a level that matters. Sure, there was a melanated president in the White House, but how did that benefit you in your particular state? What color was your governor? What party was your governor? What agenda did your governor run on? See, your governor is the guy that makes the rules in the state that you live in. And he doesn't have to answer to anyone, not even the president. You see, democracy stops at the government level. It doesn't trickle down to the people. But that's neither here nor there. Now, the Iron Mike is in the building. Mac Main, what's good, bro? T3 Stacks is in the building. What up, 3 Stacks? So let's get the people a few more minutes to get in here, man, before we really get into this thing and really chop it up about the reality of what's going on right now. Because, you know, this is a serious situation that we're dealing with right now. And the fact is that we, as black men, have to not only hold our women accountable, but we have to also be willing to accept the fact that if we say she is completely to blame, then we are saying that her position of power over us is warranted. Dominance mindset and raw gang, the home of Alpha Kingdom in the building. What up, King? Good to see you in the joint, bro. If you as a black man are willing to say that the black woman is the cause of the downfall of the black community, then you are the one that should be willing to accept a woman's rule in your life. Because what you're saying in essence is that she is in a position to control the dynamic. And you are at the mercy of the system and her. And I'm not willing to say that. So as I stated, there is 50-50 blame. 50% us, 50% her. As a matter of fact, since we all the alpha brothers in here, let's talk directly to the black woman. Yes, black woman, you are partially to blame. 50% of this blame is all yours. And the number one thing that happens is she is convinced that she don't need no man. Now, when it comes to having a job, a career, being a single mother, of course she don't need no man. You don't need no man to be a single mother. You don't need no man to have an education to have $100,000 worth of student loan debt. You don't need no man to have a job that you got to rob Peter to pay Paul because you live in check to check because you ain't got a man around to help manage your spending. You don't need no man to do none of that. You don't need no man to be no thought. You can do that all on your own. You don't need no man to go up in some church and have some pastor run you ragged and not show you no direction to the Most High because you ain't got no man at home to guide you to the Most High. You don't need no man to do none of that. So I agree. You don't need no man if that's the life you want to live. But if you want to have a loving husband, you need a man. If you want to be a wife at all, you need a man. Because in here, we don't play that you can be a wife and marry a woman. We ain't even finna get into that stuff right here. We don't play that. That ain't what the Most High intended. Forte 7 is in the building. Mika Don, what's good? Good to see you in the building as well. So let's get into this thing. Let's talk about 10 reasons why you don't need no man, why she don't need no man, is a lie. Look at some problems. You see, yes, the black woman is the cornerstone of the black community. Yes, she is. Is that the way the Most High intended it to be? Hell no, that ain't the way the Most High intended it to be. We know that. But she's been the cornerstone of the black community for a long time. For a long time. Hell of a long time. And let's talk about that. She's built this wonderful community all on her own since the 70s, the late 60s, early 70s. She's been building this community all on her own. She's responsible for the black community, the black experience in this country. It is her. All of these communities are built on the back of the black woman. Her hard work, her blood, sweat, and tears has built every single housing project community in the United States of America. Because the project folk don't let no men live in there. She can't live in there if she got no man. The housing authority ain't gonna help her if she got no man. So all of these environments, all these drug-infested environments, all these crime-infested environments, all these teenage pregnancy-infested environments are the result of the black woman being the cornerstone of the community. I'm not going to take that from her. She is the cornerstone of the community. Let's talk about the crime rate in the inner city. Let's look at a place like Chicago. A place where the crime rate is so high, the murder rate is so high, they call it Chirac. Now, all of these kids that are up there blasting one another, they used to inhabit all the housing projects that they have since destroyed and moved all these opposite gang-affiliated kids into blocks, the same blocks. But who did they move with them? They moved their mothers with them. Their fathers are nowhere around. And yes, listen, black woman, when you say that the black man is not present, so you have to handle things on your own. I agree. The black man is not present. You have to handle that environment on your own because the black man is not there. But let's look into that. You are strong. You are independent. She's got her own thing. That's why I love her. She's got her own thing, man. Miss Independent, won't you come and spend a little time? She's got her own thing, man. She's independent. She's running this. That's why we sit and watch lives be destroyed. Because when you take the man out of the environment, you can declare war on the participants of that environment. There is no protection for a community that does not have men. So let's talk about the war on drugs. Where did the war on drugs begin? There couldn't have been a war on drugs in the 60s because the black man was still there to defend his family from any onslaught. The war on drugs could not begin until there was an environment that lacked male leadership. Then you can go in and ravish the women and children however you wish to do. This has taken place throughout history. You can't find a time in history where a community, a city, a state, a country that did not have male leadership could withstand an onslaught of attack from another culture, another environment, another group. You have not ever seen it. So when you look at all of these housing projects, let me tell you the housing projects that I grew up around. Fortunately, I was blessed enough to never live in them. You know why? Because I lived with my father. You see, living with my father, I was not in a housing project. I was in a house. Had my own room, had my own TV, had my own toy box, had my own computer. Well, I didn't have a computer. It was just a little bit back. I might not have had a computer. But I had my own everything. Had my own space. Guess what? Didn't nobody share my room with me. Guess what I had at night? Quiet. Certain time of night, my block was, you could hear the crickets outside the window. Because I lived with my dad. How many men in here grew up in the inner city, in the projects, with your father in the house with you? Put a 1 in the chat if you grew up in the projects with your father in the house with you. You see? So when we think about all these housing projects, there was Gate City. There was High Chaparral, which was right across the street from Gate City. There was Kingston, which was right around the corner from Avondale. There was Central City, which was the housing project right smack dab in the middle of the city. Now, all of this is just the east side. We ain't even gotten into the Collegeville projects, east side. Those are just housing projects, man. And we talk about housing projects, man, with 400-500 units. Well, when you stand in front of them, far as the eye can see, you see nothing but housing project units. We had one of them that was 3 stories up. All these housing projects. And we ain't even made it to the west side of the city yet. We ain't made it out to Bessemer yet. Shout out to Gucci Mane. All of these were inhabited by single mothers. So yes, black men do sell a lot of drugs. But how did they become thugs? That's what happens when you grow up in the inner city with no father to guide you. You either gonna hustle or you're gonna play football. We know for a fact the sport of football is dangerous as hell. These boys leaving the league, man, killing themselves with CTE, brain damage. It ain't a matter when you're going to have brain damage. It don't matter if you're going to have brain damage. It's a matter when you're going to get brain damage. And every single summer, you can go out to any park, any neighborhood, anywhere that's surrounded by a housing project and go out there and see these single mothers with their boys out there learning to play a sport, getting concussed without even knowing it because they don't have the wherewithal to teach them boys anything else. They got to watch TV and see what the other men are doing on TV. Hey, you can be successful playing football. You know why? Because they don't know how to tell a young black man. You can follow your heart, man. You can follow your mind to what you want to be. The conditions in the housing projects. It's wild in there. It's the wild, wild west, man. You go in there in the daytime, man, look like any old neighborhood. I used to go in there at night. I used to go cop my work at midnight. You know what I'm saying? Like I just went because the cops weren't really riding at midnight. They ain't really come to the projects at midnight. All the street lights were shot out. You know, not all of them, but in the strategic areas, in the busy areas, the street lights were shot out. Like you couldn't even see in there. The only light would be from headlights. And I used to go in the project. I used to get my work at night. Hey man, you ask me why? For me, I felt safer from the law. I ain't really care about the niggas. I was one of them, so I ain't have no fear. But when I went in there, man, there'd be 300-400 people out just ripping and running around, be like ants in an ant colony. All type of things going on. You hear shots off in the distance. Little kids outdoors. I'm in there at midnight. Little 4 and 5-year-old kids outside playing, man. Where the hell they do that at? That's because without a man involved, there is no discipline, man. Ray B is in the building. Black Soul Star Ilmore is in the building. Dre Raff is in the building. You have to understand, man. Now, let's trace this thing back some. Let's go back to what I call the welfare breakup. Let me tell you the story of this now. There was a time, and we look at the civil rights movement and say that the civil rights movement was not what it was intended to be. That's not the way that we needed to go about our business. Fine, we can agree on that. But let's look at this. The civil rights movement was the last time, the advent of the civil rights movement, not toward the end now. The advent of the civil rights movement was the last time that black women actually stood beside black men in a supportive way, supporting a plan that was to benefit all of us. That is the very last time you can trace throughout our history in this country. It's the very last time that the black woman has stood side by side with the black man and in full support of what we were doing. Full support. No other time since then. Hollywood was good. Now, what happened? Why did that happen? Now, see, white women at the same time were pushing their battle against white men. They didn't have no rights. They couldn't even vote. The white man ain't never respected his woman. He ain't really care. Even now, he don't respect her. He just ain't never respected her. He ain't never had no reason to. He never saw no benefit in having her have any position of power. So she was fighting for that. But she wasn't getting nowhere with it. So what did she do? She included our woman in that same struggle. She told our woman, hey, we're over here trying to get liberated. Don't you want to be liberated? We're tired of men dictating us what we're going to do. We're tired of men not giving us any rights. We're tired of men telling us that we are second-class citizens. We're tired of men telling us this. Now, you know the black woman went in there, man, and went for that shit. She let this woman tell her that she was being oppressed by us. Black man ain't never oppressed the black woman in this country. Hell, we've been oppressed ourselves. How the hell we gonna oppress you when we oppressed? But you wrote into it. You bought into it. You looked at us the same way the white woman looked at her man. But her man was in power. He was oppressing her. We was out there trying to make a better way for you and me. You see, the problem is we as black men always thought about our women, always thought about our children, always thought about our community. We never once thought about an opportunity where we take an opportunity for ourselves and leave our women and children behind. We never did. Never even crossed our mind once. Sean Free Truck, what's good, bro? Derek Cox is in the building, what's good? Ray B, what's good, homie? Khalid Hassan is in the building. Shalom, bro. We never thought about that. But that very first opportunity that she got, that you got, Miss Sister of Mine, very first opportunity you got, what'd you do? Ran your ass right over there and jumped in the struggle that still to this day ain't benefited you at all. Not once. It's so crazy out here that you don't even understand how confused you are to say that I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton no matter what. Hillary Clinton can get in public and call black men, what you call us, man? Super predators. And you can still look at me and say you'll vote for her. I guarantee you, you would have voted for her if she were running against Obama. If Obama was... Let's just say this. I can guarantee you that you, my sister, are not the reason that Obama beat Hillary Clinton in the primary. I can guarantee you that. There are many of you who voted for Hillary Clinton. I can promise you that. I know for a fact. We, us, black men and white women, ironically, pushed Obama through. Even the white woman thought more of a melanated man to prefer him over the white woman. What you have to understand is this. When you took that opportunity to do that, this system had accomplished its goal. That was the end of the civil rights movement or any other struggle to better the plight of black people as a whole. Because white men know. That's why they fought so hard to keep their woman from getting in power. They know that when a man is in power in a community, that community is unstoppable. And they had trouble. Once slavery was over, they had trouble. Black men started to empower themselves. The civil rights movement came around. And yes, though it was peaceful in nature, though it didn't start that way, we'll get into that some other time. It represented black men saying, enough is enough. We ain't taking this no more. We might not be doing what you think we ought to do about it, but we're doing something about it. And so, of course, let me tell you something. Nothing happens in this country successfully without the approval of the white man, of the white American man who is in power in this country. Listen, the civil rights movement gets no steam without the white man allowing it to. Guess what? The feminist movement gets no steam without the white man approving it. Because he is the government. You can't do anything in this society unless you are rebelling a full rebellion, or you're getting government support. Because they will send their troops out to squash anything they don't want to take place. So why do you think suddenly the fight against the feminist movement stopped being so rough? They figured out, wait a minute, let's take the women from the men. See, they didn't push us out. They took you from us. You tell the story that, well, black men abandoned us. We didn't abandon y'all. Y'all the one got offered the opportunity. Y'all got offered the opportunity. Either you can stick with your man and struggle like you're doing right now. You may get some rights, but you're going to struggle. Or you're going to come over here where we'll give you your own place to stay. We're going to give you some money to feed them children now. You know them children now. They're your children. You want to feed them, don't you? You want to be able to give them good clothes there, don't you? Huh? You want to be able to live somewhere where you can live around a whole bunch of other women and y'all can help each other take care of the children. You don't need the men. You see, look what happened out there. You get dogs sick on you. You get the hoses sprayed on you. You get all type of things go on. You might even go to jail. Look at old Rosa Parks. That woman was tired. She didn't want to do nothing. She just wanted to go home. But because of that old riled up from that old King Luther Martin fella up there, she got herself a whole bunch of trouble, had to go to jail now. You don't want that for yourself and your children, do you? We'll lock them little black-ass babies up now. You know we will. You don't want that. So what we going to do, we going to set you aside over here. Now, you let that old troublesome man there. He's going to be the reason that all of you die now. You don't want that, do you? Well, come on over here and talk to me then now, girl. Come here. Come here, gal. Let me tell you something here. Now, this here is all yours. She ain't never had nothing. You ain't never had no fly place to live. So a housing project, a brand new housing project, see, it was a housing project. The motherfuckers were made out of bricks, homie. They was concrete on the inside. The walls were concrete. The ceiling was concrete. The floor was concrete. The outside was brick, and they were all slammed together. Didn't have no central and heat. You got a central unit. You got a window unit in the joint to keep the place cool in the summertime. But guess what? It's brand new. And that black man over there, he can't give you nothing brand new. Hell, he ain't got nothing brand new for himself. Where you gonna live? And you went for it. You got sold on that dream. And so happened the welfare breakup. You see, welfare then wasn't like it is now. She didn't even have to work to get welfare. You could just sit at home all day and get welfare. They didn't want you to work. They wanted you to keep the black man at bay. So you put the black man out there and keep him at bay. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got nobody. Tell me this. Let me ask you something here. Honestly now, let me ask you something. Hey man, and like I said, there's 50% blame to go around. I'm not saying black women are the issue. I'm saying that they are 50% of the issue. Unlike what they've been taught in this society, that you are none of the issue, that all of this falls back on the black man. Ken Wood, I appreciate the super chat, brother. I see you up there, man. I ain't skipped past you, bro. I appreciate the super chat, man. Now, let's talk about this. Tell me, when all of these single mothers were taking on these brand new housing projects, that we now know was a bunch of bullshit they just threw together for cheap to give somebody who ain't had nothing something to look forward to. Where were the black men all this time? Tell me, where were the black men all this time? The black man felt so lowly, that he felt like his only recourse to make something of himself, to make his community proud of him. Why do you think the black man signed up so quickly to go to the Vietnam War? It ain't because he wanted to go kill no Viet Cong. It's because he saw his woman taking advantage of the system. Or so he thought. When in actuality, the system was taking advantage of his woman. But he saw his woman being benefited by going along with the system. So he said, if I go fight this war, if I go fight for this country, she ain't even fought for the country. If I go fight for this country, they'll give me something. They'll put me in a position to win so I can get my family back intact. But as we know, that shit didn't happen. Even to this day, veterans have a tough time coming back. Now tell me, where did they leave the black man? that left him back in a place. Now, first of all, it made him look like he abandoned the process. When he's running off to this, let's not forget about the draft now. Let's not forget about being drafted to go to war. You couldn't dodge the draft. Everybody wasn't listen, man, everybody wasn't Muhammad Ali. You understand? Everybody wasn't Muhammad Ali. Whole bunch of brothers got drafted into that thing. And what does that look like? It looks like you abandoned your people. You understand what I'm saying? It looks like you're not even trying to get them back. Let me tell you something. Initially, the black woman still had love for the black man. She wanted to be there. The love was there, man. The desire to have that family unit was there. She still had it. A lot of men were able to, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of men, but there were some men who were able to finagle their way back into halfway living in those projects. I'm not gonna say there were no men there. There were a few there. But to be perfectly honest with you, a real man does not want to go there and live off his woman. That is the reason that the black man didn't make a push to go live in the housing projects. We're proud men. We want to provide for our families. We don't want to have to go live in some crap that the government that gave our woman. Our name ain't on shit. We don't take pride in that. Contrary to what society will tell you about us, we don't take pride in living off our woman. Mr. Jackson is in the building. What's good, bro? Now, we gone off. We come back. We strung out. Everything is, we ain't got nothing. We ain't got nowhere to go. We ain't got nowhere to live. By this time, the housing authority had started the program where a woman could actually get into a cheap ass home. So a lot of these veterans were coming back and they were able to go somewhere, but they didn't have nothing. The only men who were left were hustling. They were hustling. They were selling cocaine. They were selling heroin. They were pimping. So when you come back from a war and you ain't got nothing to show after you went over there and fought for a country, like the homie Cuddy said, you done went over there, fought in this white man, well, you can't even put food on your fucking table. Open your mouth. Open the nickel. Open your mouth. You're going to have to go ahead and kill me. Don't you ever bite the hand that feeds you again, nigga. Have a good day, Santa Claus. This is what you have to understand, man. This is when the divide between black men happened. There was a sect of black men who were urban, inner city. They had things going on. They had money. They had a little prestige. They were able to buy things for themselves. And then there was a group of men who were trying to do it the right way. And they were shunned by the entire society, the entire community. The government shunned them when they came back. You come back from the war, you're still a nigga. Certain places you can't go, certain things you can't do, and you're liable to get whooped by somebody just by walking on the wrong side of the street, even with your little uniform on, even with your little monkey suit on. So now, the urban black man who's hustling is looking at the black man who's trying to go legit, looking at him like he a scrub, like he lame. And the black man is trying to go legit is looking at the urban black man like he's the scum of the earth. Who's the mediator between all of this? You are. My sister, you are. Another thing, let's get back into the list, man, because I go on and on with that. The major problem is that the black man has always been held accountable for everything. Hell, we are held accountable for shit that we don't even do. Things that have nothing to do with us, we held accountable for it. We held accountable for the teenage pregnancy. If a woman got 5 kids by 5 men, the men are held accountable, the woman isn't. Like, no one has ever been given as much leeway. No one has ever been given as much leeway as you. You have never been called to task. You have never been held accountable. You have never been forced to improve. You have never been told you need to change anything. It has always been whatever you're doing is perfectly okay. It is always the fault of the black man. T-Mon Nitty is in the building. Elzu Knowledge is in the building. Brandon Jones is in the building. Hold up, man. Hold up. Did this nigga come in here? Wait, oh no. Did he come in and not shout me out, man? Let me see. We're gonna go ahead and get that boy here. We go ahead and get that boy Brandon Jones to boot, man. Go ahead and escort Brandon Jones on out of here, man. Not just temporarily. Get that boy the long term boot. Judge gave him the long ride, boss. They from New York City, boss. So yeah, black exploitation as well, man. So this is what you have to understand. What does your independence lead to? What does your independence lead to? It leads to the epidemics of lesbianism. You almost have no recourse except to consider a woman as a lover, because you have created such a wedge between yourself and the honorable black man. The honorable black man is looking at you as if someone who wants to be his enemy. Like, why would you want to be the enemy of the only person on this planet that's willing to support you? You think the white woman supports you? The white woman don't care about you. She's already used you already. She's already used you. Her agenda is complete. Hillary Clinton's about to run for president. They don't need you anymore. They're not concerned about your well-being. The only one that's even concerned about anything that's got anything to do with your well-being is the same black man you have spent decades shunning. It also leads to loneliness. You can say you don't need no man, but you lonely as hell. You know how I know you're lonely as hell? Because you have to tell yourself that it's a positive thing that you are responsible for 90% of the sales in $1 billion sex toy industry. You have to tell yourself you don't need no man because you got a fake wood, because you got an electronic device to give yourself pleasure. Do you know how sad and silly that sounds? I don't need no man. I can act like I got a man and use my own hand. I can act like I got a man and use this toy right here. Do you know how crazy you sound? You mean to tell me you think it's logical? You think it's great? You think it's positive that you are attempting to replace the physicality, the love connection that you know you desire from a man with a damn piece of plastic that you got to hold with your own damn hands? Celibacy. You could try to say, well, I'm celibate because... Nah, you ain't celibate because it's the thing to do. You have turned yourself against your man. So celibacy is a part of your life, unless you just want to settle for any piece of wood you can get. And the single mother struggle. The single mother struggle. How can you possibly pride yourself being in a situation where you can't properly raise children? Because you cannot properly raise children without a father being involved. I don't care what you think you can. You cannot. I'll say again, you cannot properly raise children without a father being involved. You simply can't. You can try all you want to. Every time you try, what do your boys turn into? They turn into over-emotional male representations of female energy. What do your girls turn into? They turn into not emotional enough, unemotional, detached, freaking female representatives of male energy. With you in control, everything is flipped around the opposite of the way it's supposed to be. But you got your own job. You got your own car. You got your own debt. You got your own little house. You're Miss Independent. She's got her own thing. That's why I love her. She's got her own thing, man. Miss Independent. Won't you come and spend a little time? Your children are buck wild and animalistic because you can't discipline them. Oh, you can beat the hell out of them, but that's not discipline. That's punishment. You can punish them, but why are you punishing them when you ain't teaching them how they're supposed to act? How can you punish someone for behaving in a way that you allow them to behave and not give them any other option about how they should behave? Because you don't have a man giving you guidance. You don't have a man giving you guidance. I have never, ever in my life seen a child in public with a man. You may have. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. But I've never seen a child in public with his father throw a temper tantrum. We all out on the floor knocking shit down, crying and yelling and hollering for shit like he runs something. I ain't never seen it a day in my life, man. But I have seen several occasions where a child is cutting the hell up in public, acting a stone fool. I done heard a little boy call his mama a bitch, tell her, don't put your hands on me. Keep your hand to yourself. I'll knock you out. Bitch. I've heard this with my own ears. I've seen a little girl cutting up, knocking shit down before. I've seen this happen and the woman didn't even say nothing to the child, man. And when the people put her out, people tried to put her out, she was sitting there wondering, why y'all putting me out? I ain't ordered my food yet. Her son is literally taking stuff, throwing it on the floor, and she just looking at him, won't even stop him. And when the manager tried to stop him, he cussed the manager out, man. This little kid, man, was like 4 or 5 years old, homie. Maybe even younger than that, 3, 4, 5 years old. A little boy. Little black boy, of course. I ain't never seen that happen with no man present, ever. Raiders 48 Gates, I appreciate the super chat, bro. I ain't never seen it, homie. Let me tell you something. And this ain't about no anti-LGBT. This ain't none about none of that. This is about the way the Most High intends for it to be. It is not intended for boys to kiss each other. It is not intended for girls to kiss each other. It is not intended for children to be having sex. It is not intended for children to be exposed to their parents having sex. Let me tell you something. I was listening to a Breakfast Club interview with Ray J. And shout out to Ray J, man. Ray J has made some positive strides in his life, man. And he got here in the tech game right now, man, getting money in tech, like getting real money in tech. Shout out to him, man. He's matured a lot. But I heard him in an interview, man. And he said, they asked him how, was intimacy with his wife now that they got a baby. He said his wife complained about it, that he don't want to have sex with her in the bed, but he said the baby be in there. Like, he don't want the baby to be exposed to that. He ain't no type. No, the baby 3 now, I think. And he was like, he don't want the baby to be. He don't want the little girl to be in there hearing that, man, all that noise, hearing those noises. She's impressionable right now, hearing those noises. But you know what? His wife would have been perfectly okay with it. It took him as a man to think logically, because she's thinking with her feelings. Her feelings are attached to her physical desires. He's thinking logically. This isn't meant for to be around the baby right now. He said, man, he can't even do it with the baby in the room, which is respectable. As a man, you shouldn't be able to get it in with your baby in the room. Not at that age. Was she talking? Mike Gates, what's good, bro? Nefari Amin is in the building. What's good, bro? So I say, man, what is it that makes you believe that you are playing with a strong hand when you ain't got no man? But if you want this to be your life, you're right. You don't need no man. As I stated earlier, the war on drugs is a war on you. It ain't a war on us. It's war on you, the single mother, because you're there and can't defend yourself. They can come in, take your boy. Listen, they force you, entice you to create the environment that made your boys drug dealers, that made them hustlers, that made them killers, that made them murderers, and then they come snatch them away from you. So not only have they pushed you away from the men who need to be controlling the situation, they have pulled the next generation of possible men away from you and left you to your own devices. And this isn't just for women in the projects. There are women with 3 degrees who are single mothers. Why? Because she doesn't want to submit. Well, let's talk about you and your submission. Let's have a discussion about you and your submission. Ty Mom and Nitty. I appreciate the super chat, brother. Homie said, love you and Black Round video on the definition of alpha. No doubt, bro. I appreciate that. Appreciate the super chat, homie. Let's talk about you and your submission. Okay, fine. Fine. Fine, you don't want to submit. You don't want to submit. Fine. Fine. I don't have a problem with that. But let's talk about the things you do submit to. You submit to everything in your life. You submit to fashion. You wear what's popping. Whatever the fashion demands are, whatever society says is the fashion demand, the fashion status quo, you submit and fall in line. For the most part, there are exceptions to the rule. There are no absolutes. I already used the one absolute I used in the previous stream. I don't use absolutes. No, nothing I say is fail-safe or foolproof. There are exceptions to every rule. But when I speak, I do speak in majorities. Believe that. So, you fall victim to fashion. You submit to fashion. Why you think you're wearing all these hair hats, all this weave in your head? Why can't you wear your natural hair? Because you submitted to the requirement that your hair is manageable, like white women hair, or Asian women hair, or Indian women hair, or Hispanic women's hair, anyone's hair who is straight and doesn't curl and kink. You've submitted to that. You submit every day to your desire to eat things that's going to make you swell up in the belly and the hips and thighs. You submit to that. You submit to the demands of a university that is obviously skewed to benefit other people more than skewed to benefit you in the education process, but you submit to whatever they demand you do. I know 3 chicks right now, man, that's working on a thesis. Supposed to been graduated and ain't graduated yet because they ain't done with their thesis yet. Why? You submit to that. You did all the classwork already. You got all the grades already. Why you ain't going to demand them folks give you your damn degree? Because you submit to their requirements. That's why. You submit. But you can't submit to your man. You know why? Because you, unlike us, as black men, man, we know white folk don't care about us. You know what I'm saying? We know it. By and large, like white people who are in power, who control the finances, because that is power. Man, we know they don't care about us. They ain't trying to give us no benefits, man. They don't want to see us succeed. We got to get what we get. You have been brainwashed into believing that they care about you simply because they hate us more than they hate you. You know how they say, if a bear is chasing us, if there are 5 of us and the bear's chasing us, I ain't got to outrun the bear. I just got to outrun one of y'all. I ain't even got to outrun all of y'all. If it's 5 of us, I can come in 4th and still be safe from the bear. That's the way you're looking at the world. You're looking at the world from the perspective of, as long as I'm not the most hated, I don't care if I'm hated. But you're happy to be Miss Independent. Let's talk about the drug epidemic. Matter of fact, let's get a little bit deeper than that. Let's talk about some stats here. A child growing up in a single parent home, a single mother home, a single parent home led by the mother is more likely to end up in prison. It's more likely to end up dead. is more likely to end up with mental issues, is more likely to end up addicted to drugs, is more likely to end up addicted to gambling, is more likely to end up giving up on life, is more likely to commit suicide, is more likely to not finish high school, is more likely to not finish college. Now, let's look at this. Well, wait a minute, Mr. BoA. I know you've heard the stat. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. My bad. Let me give you your proper respect. Wait a minute, Dr. BoA. But I know you've heard the stat that these young women are finishing degrees at a much higher rate than men. Yes, of course. Let me tell you why that is. And this is the greatest travesty of this entire arrangement. Like I said earlier, everything is flipped around, sister, with you at the head. You are teaching your girls to be strong and independent and get educated and do their own thing, while you are teaching your boys to be less independent, to be weaker, to be the weaker vessel, as a matter of fact, to not worry about being masculine. Don't worry about being a man. Don't worry about being mean like your black ass daddy. Don't worry about being tough like your black ass daddy. Don't worry about being a man like your black ass daddy. Where's your black ass daddy at? Don't worry about being like him. You be like mama wants you to be, baby. Don't you think y'all to be teaching your boys to go make some of themselves? The only thing you tell your boy to do is go play damn football, basketball. Out of every 1,000 boys, only one of them boys gonna go play. Listen, out of every, I think it's 1,000. Out of every 1,000 boys, only 7 of those boys are gonna play college. Are gonna play. Now it's more than that. I think it's like out of every 14,000. I can't remember the exact number, but it's thousands. Let's just say 10,000 because it's more than 10,000. Out of every 10,000 boys, only I think 100 of those boys are gonna play on the college level, any college level, major college, junior college, any college level. Out of those, only 7 of those boys are gonna make it to the NBA. Out of those 7 boys that make it to the NBA, only 3 of those boys are gonna be starters and make real money. You see what I'm saying? But if you send your daughters to a university, 80% of those that start are gonna finish with at least 1 degree. Why are you not sending your sons in that direction? I'm not even saying that that's the best direction for a boy to go in this world. I'm saying in that environment, you're sending your daughter in the best direction and sending your son in the direction that's almost guaranteed to fail. How many guys do any of us know that we grew up with that were hell in basketball, hell in football, raw, should have won player of the year in the state, never played a down of college football or played at some JUCO somewhere and still couldn't get his grades right because he's never taught to excel at what he does. And it's not your fault. I'm not going to even blame you for that. Not teaching him, because you can't. You can never teach a boy how to be a man. Someone asked me, I had a woman ask me once, do you think a single mother can raise a boy to be a man? My response was, hell no. Hell no. You can teach a boy to be an adult, male, but teach him to be a man? Hell no. You don't even know what a man is. You ain't never been a man. Let me tell you something. If I want to learn how to become the best basketball player in the world, you think I'm finna go ask Tiger Woods to teach me that? Best golfer in the world. Even right now, when he's hot, he can't be beat. He just ain't as hot as he used to be, as often as he used to be. But when he on the road, he can't be beat right now. Let him be on his best game throughout a tournament, he gonna win. You think I'm finna go to him and get him to tell me how to play basketball? Hell no. As great as he is at being a golfer, he ain't got no experience at playing basketball. Same thing with you. You could be the greatest woman on the planet Earth that ever lived in the history of the world. But you don't know a damn thing about teaching a boy how to be a man. It ain't in you. And if you lean to your own understanding of what a man is, all you're going to raise him to do a beta man. You're going to raise him to be a beta male, simp mangina, the type of man you think you want, until you get him and realize that, oh, I missed the alpha male. Oh, I wish I had me an alpha male. I'm tired of this nigga right here. He won't even stand up to me. Chris Rill is in the building. What up, Riz? Jeremiah King, 1980. What's good, bro? So what I'm telling you is, whatever you think you're teaching him to be, is not what he needs to be. Now let's talk about this. When you say you need to be liberated, and listen, and I've had black women say this to me. Plenty of you sisters have said this to me. Why would I be on your side when you're trying to oppress me? You're trying to oppress me, and blah blah blah. And once I broke it down and said, how can a black man oppress you? A black man is not at the position that you're trying to get to in your life. There are no black men at those positions. Anywhere. There's nobody. The black man does not control the system. If there are laws in place that are defeating you or creating obstacles in your life, no black man created that law. No, a black man has never created any law that we live by today. None. Like legal laws, black man never created any of those laws, man. And that's the reality of it. You can't even begin to understand how lost you are if you believe that I'm your enemy. If you believe that it's my goal to oppress you. And you know what she said? She said, well, what about in relationships? Every woman I know has had a problem with men in a relationship. You only have a problem with men in a relationship because you try to control them. You want shit your way. You think that you deserve a certain thing that you have never been guaranteed. Not by the government, not by God, not by anyone. You want something that you have never been guaranteed. And then the thing is, even though you haven't been guaranteed it, you probably could still get it if you weren't so lazy and wanted to work for it. The majority of you don't want to work for what you want from a man. You want a man to treat you a certain way, but you don't want to earn that treatment. You want a man to think of you in a certain light, but you don't want to shine that particular light on yourself. If you are walking around scantily clad, you are a harlot. There is no other explanation. I don't care how many times you go to church. I don't care what your education level is. I don't care what you think of yourself. If you walk around scantily clad with all your body showing, you are a thought. There is no other explanation for that. Because if you are a respectable woman who respected yourself, you would not give in to, we talk about that word submission again. You would not submit to your desire to show your body to the world. You will prize yourself and pride yourself in keeping your body closed off for the eyes of the man who deserves it. And if that is what you are doing, I am sorry to tell you that if I see all of your body, ain't but one thing I can think about you. And you got the audacity to get mad when a man looks at you as nothing but a sex object. How am I supposed to look at you when you are presenting yourself in a sexual manner? Well, I'm just showing my body. Exactly. A nude woman and a nude man equal sex. That's how that goes. So if you are scantily clad, practically nude in public, I don't care what you think it should represent. You and your slut walk compadres. I'm telling you what it represents logically. That shit y'all thinking is not even logical. If you are almost naked in public, the only thing you can be viewed as is an object. You deserve to be objectified when you make yourself an object. If I make myself a crook, I deserve to be viewed as a thief. If you make yourself an object, you deserve to be objectified. You can't change the natural balance of the damn world and think that, well, I'm going to do this and you guys are going to look at me differently. No, hell we ain't. They're going to look at you the way you're supposed to be looked at. Dustin Jenkins is in the building. What's good, bro? Exactly. And that's another thing. Glad you said that, Dustin Jenkins. It's on down my list, but I'm going to go ahead and jump on that. Submission does not make you weak. Submission makes you strong. Now, it doesn't make you man strong, but why in the hell you want to be man strong anyway? You ain't got, see, you being strong don't mean being like me. You ain't a man. Your strength as a woman is different from my strength as a man. My strength as a man is a leadership position. It is a make sure our ass is good position. It is a make sure that you And the little ones ain't got to worry about what the hell y'all gonna eat, where the hell y'all gonna sleep. I ain't got to worry about when y'all hear noise at the door, that they ain't gonna pull out that thing and let it go. Pow! Your strength is being my helpmeet. Submitting to your role. Accepting the fact that I am your leader. I am your guide. But that doesn't mean you are my slave. That means you are my peace. That means that when I go out here and beat the shit out of the world so we can have a good life, that I can come in and get my back rubbed because you're my peace. I can come in and get a hot meal because I've exhausted all of my energy during the day, making sure that the world don't come swallow us up. It means that I can get a kind word from my girl when I come through the door, because all I've been doing is out here hooping and hollering and cussing and beating people down and taking a couple of punches and bruises myself. Because I can come in and wash the stink of the world off me and bask in the aroma of the submission that you show me. That's what being a strong woman is. You can't be a strong man. So the more you try to be a strong man, it makes you weak all around. Because you can't be a strong man and you're being a weak woman by trying to be a strong man. You have all of these demands for shit that a man is supposed to give you. But what are you supposed to give in return? What are you supposed to give in return? You want to be beside me. I don't want you to be beside me. I'm out here grinding. I'm out here taking on the world. Why would you even want to put yourself in harm's way that way, knowing your ass can't fight? You can't even fight. You don't even like sight of blood. I'm out here having to take people out for us. Don't be by my side. Be at home, protecting the home front for me. If you want to help, get your little pistol and stand at the front door, and if somebody come out, blow them back off in the yard. Do that. But you can't be by my side. Because to be by my side, you got to be my equal. And contrary to what you've been told, you are not my equal. But guess what? I'm not yours equal. I'm not yours either. We are two different sums that make up a whole. It's like gas and oil. They're both necessary to make the vehicle run, shawty. But what you have to understand is I'm the gas. You're the oil. Be the oil. Keep everything going smooth for me. But the shit can't even move without the gas. Let me be who I am, and you'll be who you're supposed to be. You're wasting your damn life trying to be me, you can't gonna never succeed. If you jumped inside my body, you still couldn't be me. If you had the opportunity to be me and live as me, you'd make me gay. You couldn't be me. You can't walk a mile in my shoes. Feet be bunion and calloused up like hell. See, let me tell you what one of your main jobs is. When you see all these little fat kids out here, all these little sick kids, libbit-ass kids with diabetes and all that, you failing on your job. Why you think you got mammary glands? That's a sign that it's your job to make sure the children get proper nutrition. You dropped the ball from the beginning. Man, you know that 70% of black women who have children, y'all don't even want to breastfeed. You got milk coming out you to feed your baby. Make your baby healthy. Give your baby the vitamin. That milk is made expressly with everything your baby needs. And you don't even want to give it to it. You want to go get some shit out of a can that was manufactured in a factory for your newborn baby. No other animal does that. When a cow has a calf, that calf drinks milk from his mama. When a bear has a cub, that cub drinks milk from his mama. When lions have cubs, cub drink milk from their mama. When a snake has snakes, they ready to eat already. They go out and eat whatever their mama ate when their mama was born. When hyenas have babies, they drink milk from their mama. Monkeys, baboons, birds don't drink milk from their mama, but guess what? The mama go out every day. The daddy too. They go out every day, bring back food, feed that bird exactly what they eat. They go back, catch things, eat it, regurgitate it back into the mouth of the baby. You are the only being on the planet, my sister, that don't even want to feed your own baby the healthiest thing that you can feed it. Now you answer me this. I know you don't like what I'm saying. I know you probably gonna try to flag this thing down. Go ahead and do that if what you want to do. That's what you do. You listen to the truth. You be like, well, damn, who are you to tell me my truth, nigga? I'm gonna flag this down. Do that if that's what you want to do. Make sure you listen to it before you do that, though. Get you some truth serum. Because this is the High Altitude Show. And Dr. BoA deals with nothing but the truths of life. This is some truth serum for you, my sister. That's what this is. You don't want to be the mother you should be. But when it comes time to defend anyone, yourself from anyone who's trying to correct you on your wrongdoing, then you throw up, well, I'm a single mother. You're a single mother by choice. I don't know too many men. You can say it, but I don't know too many men who just up and left when they found out the woman was pregnant. What, you pregnant? Pew! I'm out. I'm gone. It don't happen like that. You ran your man away by being disobedient, by being combative, by being adversarial, and telling yourself that if he was a real man, he'd stay and take that type of verbal and mental abuse from you. If he was a real man, he'd toughen up. That's the same thing that you teach your son. Your son can fall and I'm talking about knee dripping blood. Toughen up, boy. Stop all that crying. How you doing all that crying for? Now remember, you ain't got no man around, so ain't no man telling them that. You telling them that. Ain't no man telling them that. You telling them that. And then his brother's telling them that. Why? Because you told them that too. All of them telling each other the same thing. Toughen up, boy. You might bleed to death, but don't you cry. Let that blood run out your knee, boy. Boy, goddamn, break his arm. We're going to pop it back into place. Boy, stop all that crying back there. Acting like a little punk. This is what happens to a young man when his father's not around. Now, there are some brothers who can go harder. I think every brother, every man, before you are pushed away from your child, you should go and fight for custody. You might not get it. You might not get it. But you got to remind your child that you do care enough to try to pull him out of that situation. Your child ain't going to never forget that time you went in court and fought to pull him out of that environment. So whenever he's going through that stuff, she's not going to be able to tell him that, well, your daddy don't even want you. He don't even want you. He don't never come around, do he? He could have had you if he wanted you. When you go and fight for that custody, that child gonna know. Now my daddy tried to fight for me. You wouldn't let him get me. And that animosity that he had, it gonna be facing the right direction and not at you. She can't create this environment that you're a deadbeat dad. When that child know that you went and fought for him. You went in the court. You went in front of the white folks, man. You went in front of the system to fight for that child. You got to do that. You're not doing it to win. If you win, all praise the Most High. You're doing it to show solidarity to your son, to show solidarity to your daughter and let them know that the environment they're in is because their mother wouldn't allow you to take them out of that environment. These are things that we have to do as men. All of us. Janicio Santos, what's good? And that's the reality of it. Trey Watchild is in the building. Now, let's talk about something else. We got a few things on this list, man. We can get into it. Let's talk about this rise in the acceptance of fun boys. Why are so many young black men becoming fun boys all of a sudden? You know why it is? It is because, and I'm gonna tell you something, man, and this is gonna be, it might not be shocking to you, but there is a rise, a definite rise in the amount of child molestation that's going on in these environments. A child growing up in a single parent home is twice as likely to be molested by someone they know than a child who grows up in the presence of his father. Because one thing you have to understand is women are much more accepting of homosexual men. They don't mind homosexual men being around their children. They think it's perfectly okay. It never crosses their mind that the homosexual man might be a pedophile. You see, my problem is not with homosexual men. Homosexual men don't molest little boys. Homosexual pedophiles molest little boys. Just like women don't molest little boys. Pedophile women molest little boys. Lesbian women don't molest little girls. Pedophile lesbian women molest little girls. So what we're talking about here is pedophilia. Either, no matter what the sexual preference is, the sexual orientation, we're talking about pedophilia here. And it is more likely to happen to a child who's raised in a single home. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. At that young, impressionable age, a child is more likely to follow that sexuality path than they are to turn away from it. And that's just the reality of it. So many men from that environment are fighting to determine their own sexuality every day, man. Many of them are. That's why it's so easy for them to dress in skinny jeans. That's why it's so easy for them to wear blouses and get all these piercings and wear, and get nipple rings and tongue rings and have all of these earrings in their ear and nose rings and all of that. It's not a funny thing, man. That is why you rarely hear me joke about that. I know what's going on in that environment. It has nothing to do with those boys being influenced as much as it has something to do with them being turned out or influenced as really young men. These boys aren't being influenced now. You don't get influenced and changed when you're 21. You already who you are. You get influenced and turned into this when you're young. And what happens when you get money? When you get money, you're able to pull yourself away from the prying eyes of people who can affect your life. If you're rich, you ain't got to worry about getting a job. You ain't got to worry about somebody firing you if they find out how you dress, or they find out how you live your life, or they find out your sexuality. You can take care of yourself. You don't have an employer. You employ people now. So a lot of these boys you see coming out like this, man, looking like this, it was already in them because they were more than likely molested as children in the environment where they didn't have a father. I studied these things, man. You understand? I studied these things. I like to find these things out, man, because, it means something to me, man. It means something to me, and I feel like, hey, yo, let's go ahead and give Jeremiah King, man, the full blunt of the exit strategy. If you hadn't got him out of here yet, go ahead and get that boy there the full brunt of the exit strategy. He don't understand. We got a hell of an exit strategy. Oh, all right. Hollywood got him out here. Yeah, you know what? Dustin Jenkins has a great point. Between social deviance, epigenetics, homosexuality can damn near be, engineered and groomed. It can, bro. It can. It can. And I'm telling you, the influence of the pan demon. See, now, if you don't believe in spiritual forces and you believe in the evil of demonic forces, then you don't understand who the demon Pan is. Have you noticed the new term pansexual? You know what I'm saying? There's a demon Pan we're not gonna get into that in this particular one right here, man. We'll go ahead. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later on a later stream, man. We're gonna start getting a little deep around here, man, in the alpha sphere, man. Cause being a doctor now, being Dr. BoA, I think I have the right to go a little bit deeper now. Now, let's talk about this. The main thing is this, is that for a little bit of trinkets of silver, a little bit of trinkets of gold, a little bit of promise of this and promise of that, you are willing and content to be used as a weapon of mass destruction against your own men. You are content with doing everything in your power to destroy the image of the black man. You are content with doing everything in your power to perpetuate any negative ideology that has been assigned to the black man by a system and society that is intent on not allowing the black man to manifest his true destiny as a child of the Most High God of Israel. And you are willing to be you. Do you not understand that if things hit the fan, you are going to be lost without a side to choose? Because contrary to what you might believe, they're not going to accept you on that side. Because to them, you're still a nigga. But to you, you are somewhere in between them and us. You have your own little realm. That is why, and let me tell you the major thing about it. The major thing about it is this. When you tell me that you've got two struggles, you got the struggle of being a female and you got the struggle of being black, you don't have the struggle of being a female. That's a figment of your imagination. You don't have that struggle with us. You have that struggle when your ass trying to fit into that system where they not going to ever let you fit in. You don't have the struggle being female with us. Man, we love your black ass, shawty. Listen, I'm the alpha dun daughter, and I'm saying right now, deep down inside, me and all the men I know, man, we love your black ass. Like, we do. If you would come home and do what you're supposed to do, man, we'll fall right in line. Deep down inside, we wish that was the case. We want that to be the case. It is you who are making that impossible. It is you who are fighting against the normalcy of what should be going on. It is you who is fighting against the nature of the world. It is you who is fighting against the intent and destiny of the Most High. If you got it together right now and said, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I will never turn against you. And I said, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I'm with you now. Tell me what you want me to do and let's go take over. Let's go win. Let's go put ourselves in the position we need to be in. Whatever you say we need to do, I got you. That shit is over. We'll forget everything. Like, we won't even think about it. We want that. Hell, matter of fact, man, we need that. We can tell ourselves, man, that we can do anything and win anything, man. We can't. But the thing is, we know that. Why don't you know it? Why don't you know that whatever you think you're achieving right now, you're not achieving anything? Why do you think it is that stats like the average black woman net worth is $5? Why do you think stats like that even get out? Whether it's true or not, who do you think releases those stats? They do. They want to show the world. They want to show other white folks. They want to show everyone who thinks that you're being rewarded that you're actually not being rewarded. And what do? You're so focused on the damnation of the black man that you don't even understand that when you damn me, you damn you. You can't go anywhere without my guidance. You need guidance. Right now, you're being guided by the system. You're not going your own way. You're not leading your own self. You're being guided by a force that wants to destroy you. It wants to destroy me quickly. It wants to destroy you slowly. Once I'm destroyed, trust me, if you could help the system destroy the black man, you wouldn't make it 6 months. You'll be wiped off the face of the damn earth. Probably be enslaved somewhere. And you don't even see that this is a possibility. You don't even see this the reality of the situation. Mr. Good Vibration is in the building. What's good, bro? And this is the reality of it. I can't even understand why you can't see this. It is right in front of you. Another thing is this. You're not the backbone. I know I said it in the beginning, but that was all sarcasm, baby girl. It was all sarcasm. You are not the backbone of any community. When you are the backbone of the community, we have already covered what happens to that community. But it's not just you. You can go to Asia. You can go to Africa. Right here in America. You can go to Mexico. Go to Puerto Rico. Go anywhere. Go to Bermuda. Go to Australia. Anywhere you want to go, shawty. Women are never the backbone of a community. Men are always the backbone of the community. And look at those cultures. Look at those cultures. They still have their own culture. You go to Mexico, most parts you go to Mexico, your ass got to have a translator if you can't speak Spanish. Go to certain parts of Africa, you can't even get around if you ain't got a guide and don't know nobody, man. Certain parts you can't go if you don't speak French. You see what I'm saying? Go to Russia. Shh. Man, if you ain't got to translate, you walk around with like a chicken with a head cut off. Russia, Germany, China, Japan, Thailand. Go anywhere. Women are not the backbone of any culture on this planet. The last one it was damn Wonder Woman culture. They dead. Can't find Amazon nowhere now. Got to bring them back in the movie. Now tell me why in the hell you think you the backbone of the black community? Why do you think, well, let me rephrase that. Why do you think you're intended to be the backbone of the black community? The only societies that are successful are patriarchies. No matriarchal society has ever been successful. If you have read in the history books that it has, they done lied to your ass. That is not the way it was ever intended to be, especially for so-called black folks. It was never intended for you to be the lead. It was never intended for you to even have any control in the situation. Never. And that's the reality of it. So, if no other community has their women as the backbone, why ours? Why are we succumbing to that idiotic outlook, that idiotic idea? Now, you take the black man out of... Let's talk about this teen pregnancy thing. Not even the teen pregnancy. Let's talk about the multiple pregnancy by multiple men thing. Why in the hell are there 30-year-old grandmothers? You shouldn't be a grandmother in your 30s. Hell, you really, truthfully, if you were really in control of things and doing things along your own plan, you should only be a mother when you're about 30. How are you a grandmother in your 30s? Don't make no sense. That means that you had a child at 13, 14, 15 years old, man. That means you had a child at 14 and then your child had a child at 14. I knew a chick like that once, man. Her mama had her when she was 15. She had her first child when she was 13. Had her child when she was 13 and the dude who got her pregnant was 22. And his ass ain't in jail. Can you imagine a man being around and some 22-year-old grown man done got his daughter pregnant? He wouldn't even got a chance to get her pregnant. Don't you know that dude would have been laid out dead? You can't even defend your children. You need me to help you defend. Matter of fact, you need me to defend, not help you do nothing. You need me to defend them. You can't even defend your children from the onslaught of a grown-ass man. And you're sitting there letting him come around. You know why? He'd kick you down a couple of dollars. Well, guess what? You wouldn't need a couple of dollars if your man was around, if you had a man, huh? T3 Stacks, I appreciate the super chat, bro. Mark Skydiver is in the building. You have to understand, man, that you are the cause of the demise of the black community. Your resistance to your position, your resistance to the control and leadership of the black man, your resistance to understanding that you're being used, your denial that you are being used to attack your own brothers. Mika Dunn, peace. Let's listen to this. Peace all. I gotta go. My husband is here. I chime in after I finish my duties. Blessing. That's real. That's real. Heads up to Mika Dunn. Or should I say hats off? Now, this is another thing. This is the real problem. That you hate me so much. You hate the brethren so much. You hate your brothers. You hate your daddy. You hate black men so much that you would rather have a handout from the system, a little bitty handout from the system, just so you can claim independence, than build a foundation for generational wealth with the black man. You don't want a community. You want a household. You know you can't control the community, so you're perfectly okay with just controlling your household. You don't want a community. You know, with a community, a man is going to be in control. Jaquan Jessup says, "Do I have a Patreon page?" China White, shoot the Patreon page in the chat for the homie right quick. Yeah, man, my Google Pay was tripping earlier too, man. I tried to send the homie O'Shea a super chat earlier, man. He had a great topic on today too. So, you would rather have a handout than, I don't know. Let me go look at the other link, man. China might have put it in there already. All right, there you go, homie. China White just put it in there for you at Jaquan. So, it's funny that you would rather have like it's not the fact that you don't want to win. You're kind of like, you think like old white slave owners used to think. You think like white people in the South used to think, and in some areas still do think. You think like them. You feel like you rather not have more if it means that I'm gonna get more too. You'd rather just have a little bit you got than to do anything to benefit my process and have me get more, which I think is a travesty. I can't even believe you view me that way. I can't even believe you feel that way toward me. I can't even believe you have so much hatred toward me when you look at me and you see the man of your dreams. I don't care how many white men you date. I don't care how many Hispanic men, French men, Italian men you date. When you look at me, the black man, you see the man of your dreams. You were designed by the Most High for me. So if you think you're satisfied with one of those men, you're not. You're satisfied with your ability to look at the black man and say, nah, 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 nah. I don't need you. Denicio Santos, I was never raised to take handout from the government. My parents knew the game before they ever got to the States. There it is. There it is. So when we look at these things, man, it is crazy. Now let me tell you something else about yourself. Now you ain't gonna like this one. They might be the one that gonna get this thing flagged down. Hopefully, man, they'll let it stay up. I ain't saying that bad about nobody, man. Hopefully they don't strike it down. I'm just keeping it real. You do need a man. You tell me you don't need no man, you do. Unless you want to keep living in these conditions. Now let me tell you something. Though you aren't responsible for anything positive in the so-called black community taking place, tell me the one thing that you are responsible for. The one thing that you are responsible for taking place in the black community. The great thing, this great uplifting thing that you are responsible for in the black community. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is right now. There is nothing. And even though there's nothing, you don't even care. All you care about is being able to blame the black man for all the negative shit that's taking place in the non-existent black community. You ain't even concerned with doing nothing positive. You just want to be able to point all the bad stuff out and say, look what the black man did. I'm a single mother because the black man left me. On Father's Day, you tell me I'm a mother and a father. Like you pride yourself in telling the whole world that for whatever reason, you ain't got no man to help you with your children. You pride yourself in telling people that you're alone. You pride yourself in telling people that your pride and joy in life is being a single mother. Does that even make, well, I know it makes sense to you, but why? Why is that even logical to you? Why do you even think that's the way that you're supposed to be? Who told you that that's the way you should be? Who told you that that's a positive thing? Who told you that you shouldn't hide that front? Man, you trying to show that to the world. You better be hiding that. Man, shit. If I was you, I'd be telling everybody, my baby dad in the army. He come home. When he come home, he just wanted to be us. He don't never want nobody to know he here. He come in. He stay for 2 weeks. That's why you don't see me for 2 weeks at a time. Man, you should have that plan. You shouldn't be proud of the fact you're a single mother. That's like a dude being proud of the fact he got a felony and can't get no job. Man, why you ain't got no job? Man, ain't no jobs out here. You think a man gonna say, man, because I got a feeling I killed somebody, they won't give me no job? Come on, man. You bragging about the worst things about your existence. That's a great thing, that fortitude, because stepdaddies exist. We ain't going to talk about the stepdad today, man. Listen, I can make a whole stream about the stepdad. As a matter of fact, that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow, man. We're going to talk about the stepdaddy. We're going to talk about the 10 reasons why you should never be a stepdad. That's going to be the show tomorrow. Be there. Be banned from the Alphasphere, man. It's going to be top-notch boss game. Another thing is this. You're convinced that you're the white equivalent. Like, you're convinced that when you look at me, you're above me in the eyes of the system, but it's only because you don't realize you've been used by the system in their attempt to destroy my strength. They can't destroy me off the face of the earth. That's not the will of the Most High. They know that. They want to destroy my will. They want to destroy my desire to get back to the position of the Most High. They want me to give up. They're using you as a vehicle of mass destruction to destroy my pride in myself, to destroy my honor, to destroy my respect for myself, to destroy my allegiance to the Most High, to destroy my understanding and appreciation of the fact that I know the Most High is there for me. They are using you to an attempt to kill me, but not kill me physically. They're using you to attempt to kill me spiritually. They throw all these stats out there about how many of you are single, and then you parade those stats around and post them shits on your Facebook page like you proud of it, like you ain't had nothing to do with it. You are partially to blame for this. You are partially to blame for this. Oh, and this is the crazy thing right here. This is the problem. And we're going to get ready to end this thing, man. You think you're perfect. You know what I'm saying? You think you're perfect. This one right here, man, is going over to Patreon, man. I'm rolling too fly right now, man, to just take a chance on, man, on getting flagged and not being able to create these streams, man. I mean, I'm rolling right now. I got a bunch of content stored up, and this one gonna move over to Patreon. I think it's raw like that. I think this should be a treat for my patrons, man. She thinks she's perfect. You think you're God. You think you're the creator of life. Well, let me tell you something. You ain't created nothing. You ain't created no life. Your egg is just a clump of damn mass. If it don't get fertilized by my magical sperm, if my magical seed doesn't give it life, your body gonna expurgate it just like it should, because it's just a dead clump of mass. Every time it comes out, if I don't fertilize it, your body gonna be like, okay, another dud. The next month, I don't fertilize it, your body's like, okay, another dud. Every month, another dud. Another dud. That's what your body does. Every month. So how the hell are you creating life? You're not the creator of any life. You better focus on maintaining life once it's here, because that's your job. You don't create no life. You're an incubator for my seed. You provide the human body. I provide the spiritual essence. I will give you that. You do provide the human body. My spiritual essence cannot create itself into a human being without you providing that human body. That's what your egg is. It is a human body. It's not even an egg. That's what they call it. We ain't no goddamn mammals, and well, we're mammals, but we ain't no damn animals. You ain't no bird. There ain't no egg. It's a microscopic body. And when you give me that body, when I fertilize it with my spiritual essence from the Most High, then you are carrying the life that I have created. You are carrying the life that I have created. I just put you in the game, Kenwood. My bad. You're carrying the life that I have created. You see? That's what you're doing. And that's just the bottom line. You don't create life, you incubate life. You hold my seed there until it's developed enough to come into the world. So the fact that you would take it upon yourself to empower yourself to destroy my seed without my permission just goes to show that you not only hate me, you hate everything that looks like me. But guess what, sister? Your ass look like me too. Look in the mirror. Take off the hair that's not the texture of your own hair. Take off the war paint. Take off the piercings. Take off the tattoos. Take off all of that and look at yourself as the essence of who you are. And who you are is the woman that was created for me. How are you going to shun me when you were created for me? If you don't play your role in my life, then you don't have a role. That is why the system can throw any little thing at you and have you jump on it, because you don't have a role if you're not living the way you should be living in my life. You were put here to serve me. You were put here to revere me. You were put here to be a helpmeet for me. And if you're not doing that, what is your value in the world besides stuff? That is why you panic so much when your stuff is gone. When you don't have any money. When you're about to lose your car. When you're about to lose your crib. You ain't got nobody. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got no backbone. Because you think you're strong enough to be your own backbone. But you're not. Your purpose is to be what I need you to be. And every year you spend, every day you spend not doing that, is a day that you are not living your best life. And I'm quite sure you want to do that. So come on, shawty. Do what you need to do. Live your best life, not the life that the system has told you need to live. That life ain't for you. You working your ass off every day. Ain't coming up with nothing. Coming up with a whole bunch of debt. You'll never pay off those student loans. You'll never, like, you got that car, you got the student loans, you got the credit cards, you in a mountain of debt, shawty. You think about filing chapter 7 bankruptcy right now. You ain't got it like that. On the surface, you want people to think you do, but you ain't in that type of financial shape. You need my guidance, shawty. You need my leadership. Stop cheating yourself. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Give yourself what you deserve. Stop getting on your own damn nerves. Do, shawty. Do that thing. And I'll be here. Because the bottom line is, if you really felt like you ain't need no man, none of us would be able to even, you wouldn't be always trying to jump on the mandingo. You understand? You wouldn't. If you ain't need no man, you wouldn't have no black children. If you ain't need no black man, see, your thing is, you ain't saying you don't need no man. You're saying you don't need no black man. Well, why your children black? How come all your babies ain't mixed then? If you got a black baby, you need a black man. Can't raise a black baby by yourself. Damn sure can't let a white man raise a black baby. That boy gonna be confused and lost. And that's the reality of it. Let me see, man. right, it went there. It went there. All right. So, all right, man. That's gonna wrap it up. That's gonna wrap it up, man. That's gonna wrap it up, man. We're gonna go ahead and close this thing on out, man. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. It's been real in the field. Of course, I'm gonna chop that front part off, man, so we can condense it down a little bit. I try to get them down, man, like 130, like 130. I think that'll work, man. Cause trying to be pumping the links out pretty quickly, man, and I don't want to saturate the chat with those links, man. So I think that's good, man. You know what I'm saying? And really, them niggas don't be clicking the links anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Really ain't no need for everybody to kick them out. But them likes, I do need y'all to work on them likes, man, cause these people don't be liking the stream, man. I ain't never seen that like it, man. How many likes I got right now, man? Somebody tell me how many likes I got. I can't see it from my app, man, so I don't know how many likes I got. Somebody tell me how many likes we're sitting on, man. Got 73 watching, man. How many likes we got? Because I have no idea right now. Yeah. Trying to push the links. You and Wood, excommunicate betas, and man, get them on the likes, man. I wish there was a way to tell, man, who ain't liking it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold up, man. I got 73 watching it. 20. Okay, Chris Ridley say he's saying 28. Khalid Hassan say he's saying 62. One of my moderators, man, tell me how many likes they see, man. I got two numbers, 28 and 62. I can't really see it, man. 65 likes. All right, cool. 63, 65. All right, that's a cool number. I'll take that number right there, man. Darren Shopper, what's good, bro? I see you in the building. Yo, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. It's been real, man. This top-notch stream. I'm gonna try to leave it up, man. I just got a feeling, man, it's gonna get flagged. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to get a community guideline strike right now, man. I am really pushing content. If I get a community guide, hey, listen. If I get a community guideline strike, man, then I'll be doing lives on Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be doing lives on Patreon 100% of the time. And once I start doing them on Patreon, man, I probably ain't gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality. Once I start doing them, I probably ain't gonna come back, man. And so I'm gonna go ahead and leave the thing up, man, just to see what they gonna do. South 214 side, no doubt, bro, no doubt. Fred B, what's good, bro? Good to see you in the building, man. Truth Jackson, I appreciate that, homie. Gleda Son, all right, they're going up 6 to 8. Yeah, man, hey, just take a day, man, and catch up to them, homie. That's what I do, man. When I be missing people joints, man, I just take a day, man. Like probably I take Saturday. Saturday, man, I just put my earphones on, man, just listen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just be kicked back just listening, man. So, I don't think this one was too raunchy, man. I think it should stay up. Peace, Ken Wood. Appreciate you coming through, man, working that wrench. My bad, man, on leaving you hanging, man, without your wrench, bro. I got into this thing, man, and I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention to the I was glancing over every now and then, man, just see if I saw a new name. But next time you in, man, just let me know if you ain't got your wrench, man. All right, man. So we're going to get on out of here, man. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Maybe I should change the title, man, from 10 Signs She Don't Need No Man as a Lie. I'm going to leave it like that, man. Leave it like that, man. And no doubt, Elmore, no doubt, bro. I appreciate you coming through, man. As always, man, keeping it G in the comments. Oh yeah, straight improvement, man. 70 likes. I'll take 70 likes, man. I appreciate everybody who hit that like button, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think someone gonna flag it too, man. A matter of fact, I'm sure. I know for a fact that a black woman gonna flag it. I'm certain that a black woman gonna flag it. What I'll probably end up doing, man, is just downloading it. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna download it and I'm gonna edit it and make it shorter and upload it as a video. Kaylin Ferguson, I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. 74 likes, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. It's rolling. It's rolling. So that's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pull it down and then I'm gonna re-upload it and condense it down, man, to maybe like an hour. No doubt. Hey, I appreciate that, Jamal, man. I appreciate that. Precisionetica, man. No place rather be. What's good at BoA, man? What's good, bro? What's good? Good to see you in the joint, man. Yo, I'm gonna start getting a little bit more active on, well, a lot more active on IG as well too, man. Like I got a bunch of, like I do a bunch of fly thumbnails, man, and I need to be putting my thumbnails up on IG, man. That's what I should. I should be putting my thumbnails up every day, man, for my vids, man. But I will, man. I will. I will, man. So we about to get on out of here, man. I appreciate everybody coming through. It's been super real in the field. Appreciate all the super chats, man. All the people who donated on PayPal, man. I appreciate that. The new patrons, man. We got the Patreon page. It's the Patreon popping, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find a balance, but it's tough. That boy Hollywood say, China, why you ask nicely is already written in stone. That's how it works, though, man. That's how it works. China can be nice when she wants to, man. So anyway, homies, avoid the haters, avoid the fakers, avoid the betas. And it's always, you got a point, Riz. You got a point, man. I gotta listen back to it, man, and see if see what it was, man. The Manimal Planet was good, bro. SJ3, no doubt, bro. Peace out, homie. All right, man. Avoid the haters, avoid the fakers, avoid the betas. And as always, alphas up, betas down. Homies, peace.